Thank you. Good afternoon, members. Welcome to Castle Douglas Common Good Committee meeting on Wednesday, 20th March 2024 at Castle Douglas Town Hall. I'm not going to go through all the screed about report participation. We're all old enough to have done this, not going through it again. I agree to that participation. So going on to item 1, considering an apologies. Sean?
All members here or online, and also a community representative in the chambers also.
Very good. Item 2, declaration of interest. Any members? Declaration of interest?
No, Chair.
I'll just declare, Chair, that item 5, paragraph 4.1, appendix 2, I've got an interest in Community Council.
Very good. That's noted. Minute of meeting 15th November 23. Are we happy to agree that that is an accurate minute? No to say. Agree. Thank you, John. Okay. Item 5, Castle Douglas Common Good Fund Q3 Monitoring Report 23-24. Report by Director of Communities. Sean, are you going to go through this?
And do, Chair. So you have your financial monitoring report for Q3. You'll note that there is minus 78267 within the body of the text, and also your recommendations for voting. Just to draw attention to that, although your lead officer is making the recommendation to make an award, just to remind you that the purpose of the fund, your role within the fund is to look after the financial health of the fund. So that might seem a wee bit at odds, but I think it's just in lieu of the rents that have not been coming in, but should be picking up again once the works are finished. So you do have quite a healthy cash balance, so that's why I've made that recommendation, even though you're kind of in the red as it were in the financial plan.
Yes, but we discussed about in the past. Obviously, if you have inflation's coming down, thankfully, but when it was running high, that was supposed to eat into our cash reserve. So it's quite being minus 72 is not a concern for me. Any members, any questions for Sean on the item?
Chair, can I?
Certainly, Holly.
So what we're saying is if we use the free income of -782, we won't be charged interest, which is quite unusual in this day and age, rather than bringing down reserves. We're agreeing to do that.
There is no, sorry, for you, Chair.
Yeah. On you go, John.
There is no free reserve, so that's the kind of financial projection to the variance. So we would have expected to be in the black there, but we're not in the red. So that's the minus 78267. So that's the kind of the financial part, not the actual, but the so it's just we'd hope to have been in the black had we normally be in the kind of cycle of the reds, but that should pick up again after this quarter when the rents starting to get paid again, and I've had assurances for property services that will start this quarter.
That's good. Yeah. Thank you, Chair. Can I come back in? So on this report in 4.3, did we not have a discussion via email through yourself, Chair, with yourself, Sean, with regards to the decision on I get mixed up with these two properties. The property, the 5 St Andrew Street, which is on the market for letting, no interest has been received, but you're going to come back with another report. I thought we decided that we would agree that we could put that property up for sale, which would then bring income in more quickly. But I take it that's got to come back to another committee as per this report. Is that what we're saying?
Well, we can discuss it. So personally, I see no need for it to come back to another committee. I'm quite sure I'll be making that decision today.
Happy with that? Yes, I
Uh,
would agree.
there's no need to put another delay on a sale because that would be pushing the sale back another couple of months or whatever.
Well, more so nowadays, Chair, because of the time these things take, with legal.
Yeah.
So I would say, I would agree with you on that one, depending on what Councillor Young thinks as well, and yourself, Sean, too, obviously. Thanks, Chair.
John?
No, I'm quite content that that particular property is put up for sale. What I was going to ask about was the two retail properties. Obviously, the art shop will move back round the corner into King Street, and the other retail outlet. Are we presently advertising that this will be for rent? And is it possible to get a poster in the window saying this property is for rent, so many £100 per month? I really think our marketing needs to improve if we're going to try and get a tenant for the second retail outlet.
Yeah, do we know if the occupier wants to switch back to her original premises? Is she happy with the one she's in, or we don't know what's it? But we can make these inquiries. Yeah.
Through yourself, do you know what? I get so much mixed up with which property switch. I can't lie. Are we talking now about the one?
Yeah, but
No, she wants to 100% move back into the one on the main on King Street for
Very
better visibility, and is desperate to pay rent again. So she's hoping the works will be done as soon as possible.
very good. Okay.
Chair, sorry, just on at the point of 5 St Andrew Street not coming back to the committee. I think it would come back to the committee if it was kind of less than best consideration offer. So yeah, just to keep that kind of open.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, does that take us on the recommendations? Quite happy to note 2.1, note the 23-24 monitoring report for the period. And 2.2, note the current fee income minus 78267 detailed in paragraph 4.2, and consider the recommendation and agree whether to make an award to the application for financial assistance in 4.1. Everyone's happy with that?
Yes, happy with that.
Happy with that.
Very good. So that takes us on to agenda item 6. Voting shed removal request. Maybe Jim, do you want to talk us through this, please?
Yeah, following the meeting, afternoon everyone, following the meeting with yourself, Councillor Howie, down the Lochside Park, the shed roof was removed because it was asbestos and it was sort of a hazard. So we had it removed, and the joiners put a sort of tarpaulin cover over it to make it, look a wee bit presentable, but it's becoming more and more dated, sorry. Can I say that word?
It's a mess.
So, we were sort of in agreement that we could dare remove it to tidy up and enhance the look of Lochside Park, because the boating shed and the putting shed, which it was used for, hasn't been in operation for many years. And I think if we had it removed, it would enhance the park, and we could put maybe a picnic bench there, obviously having a look at the safety issue with the water being so close. And I think we would just take on that by doing it in-house, so that there'd be no cost to the Common Good Fund.
Very, very good. If we are to approve that today, have you any kind of timeline when that the shed could be removed?
Well, I'd have to speak to PEP to see, because of the electrical box that's in there that was used for powering the fountain in the loch. So we'd have to have that removed. So once I got advice off them about that, then we would have it removed and we would tidy the area up as soon as possible.
So basically, if the electric supply is removed, your team could get in and remove it.
Yeah, we'd hopefully have it removed before, we start into our busy grass cutting period.
So just a bit of landscaping bench down there, and I think we'd all agree that that would be an improvement, big improvement. Yes, Polly?
Yeah, thanks, Chair. Thanks for that, Jim. I didn't recognise you out there in the ski resort.
I wish.
I know. It was just a couple of questions for yourself, Jim. Obviously, there's a few events happening in the park this summer. We've got, you know, Jim McClellan's run, and there's talk of maybe a concert. We've got the park run going on, and you know, there's talk going forward with Carling Water that there might be some work done with the GAC, Galloway Activity Centre, with activities in the future on the water. We might need some electricity, I don't know, to clean out the lock. However, we're going to get around doing that, I don't know. Are there other electricity points, Jim, when people come and do things in the park? I take it groups, you know, say event, not ourselves, but bands, event caterers have got access to electricity, or do they all just have to bring generators? And how do you, the grass cutting, is that all electric now or diesel?
It's the ride-on mowers that we cut the park with are diesel,
Right.
and I think the power would be done through generators. You know, I never thought I don't think there was ever source for any event that the electricity from that shed was sourced from there.
Yeah, good point. That's just to clear that up. So I'm happy with the recommendations. Thank you, Jim.
Can I just say, Chair, there is a power box as you go into the park, or there used to be, just as you go into the park on the right-hand side. So if that was needed, there is power there.
That's helpful.
Very good.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Okay.
Any other members, any questions for Jim while we've got him here?
Yeah, what's the snow like? No. No, Jim.
When the changing places toilet's installed, could it have an external power point?
Possibly could. I'm not sure. I'm not been involved in that. It was Nicola Simpson that was dealing with through that, I think. But I could get back to you on that.
Very good, Jim. Members, anything else for Jim while we have him on? I think you can escape, Jim.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Right.
Thanks,
Cheers
Jim.
now.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Very good. So recommendations, note that the boating shed located in Glasgow Park is in a dilapidated condition. Happy to note and agree to the removal of the boat shed and electrical supply as detailed in paragraph 4.1. Happy to do that.
Happy with that?
Thank you very much. And as chair, there's no other business deemed urgent, so I'll bring the meeting to a close. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.